uh, I just got a call, an alert about 7 o'clock that night. And my neighbor says, "Hey, Edgar, there's an alert. There's a fast moving fire. We're leaving now." And I was in shock. I was way in Fontana. I'm like, what? So I didn't believe that it would move that fast. Within hours from Eaton Canyon, it was all the way in Altadena.
Wow.
And from Altadena, went across Altadena Drive, from Altadena Drive across the lake, and it just fast moving. I stayed. I went back to Fontana, came back, and I stayed till almost 4 in the morning. I was hoping that the wind would die down for just a minute, and I'll take a water hose and just water everything down, keep watering it until I save the house. But the winds were going like 100 miles an hour. And then the houses around me started to explode. Boom. Then I hear another boom. I said, okay, I know I take a risk, but this might be the time I need to pull out.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't see it. You put your hand about 4 feet in front of you, can't see. So I was like, I couldn't see. And just to see all my neighbors' houses gone, it was like somebody took a bomb in Altadena and dropped it. All the houses were cleared out.
When you left,
Yes.
what did you take?
Nothing. I couldn't. I got a few things out of the house when I first went in. I said I'll come right back. When I got back, I couldn't get nothing. Nothing. Just the clothes on my back. That's it. And my car, I had 4 vehicles. They're all burnt. Work van burnt. 2 work vans burnt. Everything burnt. Little Honda burnt. Most of the people were sitting in their driveway hoping help was on the way. So they had packed what they could in their car. I'd seen when I drove up. So they were sitting in their car with their stuff packed, lights on, engine on. We were holding on. We were holding on for a fire truck to show up something, a plane to drop some water, something.
Did it come?
Didn't come. The fire hydrants were dry. When some of the firemen would show up and hooked to a fire, no water came out. And then the fire engines we had, if you had a little fire over there that they could put it out, they couldn't put it out. They just watched the house burn. You could take a bucket of water and put some of these fires out. The help wasn't there. I don't know what's going on, and I don't think it's their fault. I think it's above them, because how do we not have fire hydrants with water? How do we have one fire truck for a whole community just going up and down the street? I don't understand that. That's baffling to me. Somebody dropped the ball. I seen one guy, he was on top of that, brother on one roof, he on the other side of the roof, sweating bricks, trying to put the house out, and they saved their house. But there was a fire on one side of the house, another fire on the other side, a fire in the front, and a fire in the back. And they were up there saving the house. I mean, we put everything into our home. What's the American dream? Own a home, white picket fence. I mean, people are trying to save their properties.
And there's another aspect of that, because this is a black community. And how hard it is for black people to own homes and to get homes and to keep homes.
Or just to get a loan. And so we were trying to save our community, and not to have that backup from the folks in charge that we pay, not to have water, not have our basins filled with water. All the rain that came down here a year ago, and they let it go to the ocean. To me, it's unbelievable. So they got to help us put it back together. We've had the house in the family since the 70s, and we're gonna rebuild. Pasadena ain't no joke. We're known throughout the country.
Yeah.
We put athletes all through the country here from Pasadena, Altadena. We serve a powerful God, an abundant God. We got abundance. So this is what's happening here. It's gonna turn into good. We're gonna make sure it turns into good. Well, we practice something out here called Dena love. Well, we love on each other. We have, mutual respect and care for one another. I've seen all the love in the community in the last few days. Water, food, we always check on each other. To go to high school here was life-changing. The pep rallies, the girls, the ladies here are so beautiful. Oh my God. We first moved here, I said, we're not going nowhere else ever. And when you go to somebody's house party, the houses were beautiful inside and out. The parents will meet you at the door. We have a good time. You always just remember where you grew up, and in which way we grew up, and to know that, to feel that maybe the passion and the love that's here has been knocked out of here. I hope not. I hope not. I just hope not. I hope people are, I want to see people come back and rebuild it on my block and in my neighborhood. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. What we calling? We're calling Altadena, Eaton Canyon, Pasadena strong. We shall rebuild.